Easy Podcast coming to you again live with Hannah, our dearest friend. Hannah, I want to say bon dia to you. How are you?
I'm doing great, bon dia.
Where are you these days?
I am currently in Scotland.
Scotland. All righty. Hannah is a
Yes.
globetrotter. She's traveling around the world, dearest friend of the family. I want to tell you guys this is going to be a gold mine of a podcast. You know, Hannah come across as an incredibly sharp, deeply reflective, fiercely independent, and completely unapologetic about stepping outside her comfort zone. Hannah is on her way to Israel, my hometown, for an internship. And Hannah, first of all, it's a pleasure to have you on our show.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. And you know what? We're going to dive deep a little bit into who's Hannah, character, and goals and aspirations. As you can see, I'm in Aruba representing in Tierra del Sol, and you're in Scotland. So we're going to try to make the best of it. Um, you look very energetic today. And
Thank
yeah,
you.
let's ask some questions. Let's get some details on you. Let's rock and roll. Um, Hannah, first of all, tell us a little bit about yourself. How old are you? What's your life path until today? What can you share with us?
So, yeah, as was said, I am Hannah. I am 18 years old, recently just turned in May. I currently live in Austria, where I am studying political science and chemistry as a double bachelor. Um, I moved there last October from Aruba, where I have lived the past 6 years. Um, I went there to Schakel College, did my diploma there as well. And before that, I lived in the Netherlands, where I grew up. Um, and I was actually, fun fact, born in Germany. That was completely unexpected. um, but my parents went with it. Um, yeah, until this day, I still have.
This is
I
like
chose the German side.
yeah, it's like an
Yeah.
accidental adventurer born in Germany at a pit stop, I guess,
Yes.
to Switzerland.
Hmm.
Um,
Correct. Yes.
and you consider Aruba your home, although you're traveling around the world, right?
Yeah, I do. I don't feel that much connection anymore with the Netherlands since, even though I have lived in years longer in the Netherlands, I feel like most of my crucial years, where I developed as a person, were in Aruba. So I feel most connected to that still, and most of my friends and my family still live there. So I do call that coming home. Yes.
Alrighty, so we want to dive a little bit into your occupation or what you're studying these days. We want to
Mhm.
talk a little bit about your trip to Israel and tell us first of
Mhm.
all how did it came about to go to Israel for internship?
It's actually something my dad came across at first, and when he showed me, I found it really interesting. And especially, a lot of people actually find it very dangerous of me going there since Israel's in conflict, of course, right now. Um, but I see it more as an adventure and a chance to help people that actually need help, because I was indeed looking to do an internship this summer, especially medically orientated. Um, and when this came across, I did like it, and um, so I applied for it, and I ended up getting a scholarship for it. Um, so that is really nice, and I'm very looking forward to it. And I truly hope I can make a small difference, even if it's just a bit.
Amazing. You know, yeah, Israel right now is considered to be torn between conflicts. There's some war and seas of war going on. I'm pretty sure you're
Mhm.
excited about going to Tel Aviv. It's kind of considered still
For
a
sure.
party city. You're going to be internship on, I guess, the MADA, which is the
Mhm.
health organization in Israel. You're going to be driving
Yes.
the ambulance, I guess, or participating in that?
I'm not sure if I'd be driving it, but I'll be for sure participating. Um, yeah, so it's 2 weeks of training and then 4 weeks in the field, so it's 6 weeks in total. Um, and yeah, then mostly on the ambulance, helping people, going to places and actively taking care of them, first aid.
What did your friends say or people around you say when you when you said you're going to go to Israel?
Very, very mixed.
Supportive
I
or
have some friends who are, yeah, very proud of me for taking this step and, um, yeah, helping people first of all, but also, um, this as a part of looking for who I am and who I want to be as a person. But I also have friends on the other hand who, because I made the decision to go to Israel and not any other country, have, yeah, broken up or broken off the friendship, which I am quite sad about, or not necessarily sad, just more disappointed because I feel like I would never take such an action, judge somebody based on that action. Um, but I do also want to respect their opinions, and I have a lot of other friends and family that love me, so I'm just
yeah,
taking that as that.
yeah, it's a very
But it has
curious.
been a struggle.
Yes, it's a curious situation. People take
Yeah,
their political views and kind of impose it on friendships. But we are proud of you
yeah.
for going to Israel. Very brave of you too. And you're studying. What do you study these days?
Political science and chemistry. So it is, I must say, the friends that broke off the friendships are studying political science as well. So I do really guess it's very politically orientated. Their
Okay.
opinions to break this off,
I know you're
but
kind of
I
obsessed.
got to respect that as well.
Yes, and I know you're obsessed about geography. I know you're doing a lot of traveling.
Mhm.
Uh, what can you tell us about some of the places that you visited that really gave you a big impact on your life?
um, I really enjoyed, when we went to China. I think it was summer 2018. Um, we were there for 3 weeks, I think, and it really just gave me a whole other input, on how different societies work and how, privileged I consider myself, or I am, for the life that I've been given by my parents and the opportunities that I have. Um, but it's also really nice to see how other people live and mix with their cultures. And what I found mostly interesting also in general about Asia, the people are so kind and they truly want to connect with you as well, which I feel like is not everywhere you travel to. But that's something I vividly remember from there. Also, the food is just amazing. I love eating. um, um, so
China.
that mostly, but I do also feel the more you travel, the less you judge people because you just see so many versions of the truth, or of a truth, and that becomes more clear that your truth is not always the right one, or there's multiple versions of a truth.
Right. And how do you communicate in China, by the way? I know you speak a few languages.
um, I am learning Chinese now, but back then I wasn't, so
You're learning
I couldn't
Mandarin?
really communicate. Yes, I'm learning Mandarin. Yes,
Impressive.
it's been very interesting so far. I've learned since, or when I started my studies, so since October, so about 9 months now. It's been going really well. I'd say I'm like A2 plus B1 now.
Wow.
Um,
How many languages do
it's
you
it's
speak?
diff- I speak Dutch, English, and German fluently because I study in German as well. But Dutch is the language I grew up in. My parents speak that. And I learned Spanish during my time in Aruba and Papiamento as well. I would say my Spanish is way better than my Papiamento because with French I used to speak English. And then now I am learning Chinese, and because of my Spanish, I can read a lot of French, and I am trying to improve um, my speaking in French as well. But that has been not going so great, but I'm working on that.
Alrighty. So, going to Israel is a big subject. What are you looking to get from that trip? Um, Maybe in your getting some experience, meeting new
Mhm.
people, traveling the country. What's your essence? What's your thoughts about Israel and what you want to achieve over there?
I My first intent is to help people, and of I mean mostly help them, but I also hope to gain a lot of medical experience, uh, since I do end up, or my goal is to do end up studying medicine. Um, and just hands-on experience seems very cool to me. And I also, of course, hope to create some more friendships and connections around the globe. And since it is an international program, so people from outside of Israel will also be participating. Um, that mostly. And I do think I also want to, I mean, I'm open for everything, but I also want to talk to people there and see how they experience living in Israel. Because I've been to Israel before, but when I was a lot younger, and there's obviously a lot in the media going on right now
Yep.
for years already.
Yep.
Um, but I would like to talk to multiple or like a lot of different people from different backgrounds and see how they experience living in Israel as well, to create a more valid opinion for myself, um, as I do think that would help a lot. But medically, I really like trauma, so not that I want people to have crazy accidents, but I would really like to help operate on them.
Yeah, that's
um,
very, that's
but
very,
obviously, I
yeah,
hope
that's very
we
kind
can.
of you. And you have a lineage of medical practitioners. Your father is a dominant leader in that area, and it seems like you're going to
Mhm.
follow his tracks, which is amazing. And your mom is high up and has a diplomatic status and occupation. And you know what? A little bird whispered that you have a mentality of say yes first and figure it out later philosophy. And it sounds like
Yes.
Israel, it's like that. Hey, it feels like an excitement trip and experience. Let me just say yes to it and I'll figure it out later.
Yeah, exactly. And I do think I apply that to a lot of other decisions I make. And I do think that's also something that my parents use a lot, especially my dad, but actually also my mom. Um, so I think it's something that we were raised with. Um, and sometimes it's a little, you look back and you're like, oh, if I maybe had given it some more thought, um, would have been nicer. But I do think it also, I just love chasing the thrill, and um, saying yes first makes you more independent, and it helps you figure stuff out along the way, which I think is very important. Um, yeah, it forces you to figure stuff out whilst doing it. Um, and it is also important to just start doing stuff and not keep thinking about it and just procrastinate it. Although
Right.
I do that sometimes with my studies. I'm
That's
not
right.
gonna lie there. Um, but with other stuff, I love to just say yes first and go do it.
Yes. You know, they say learning languages is pretty hard. Do you know a little bit of Hebrew?
I don't. Just a couple of words. Um, but I would really like to learn that as well during
Let's
my stay in Israel.
let's say
That's my plan for
Yeah.
sure.
Let's say shalom to Israel, shalom to everybody
Mhm,
that is going to meet you over there. And
mhm,
I'm pretty sure you're going to enjoy it. There is a different beat
mhm,
to Israel, different beat to Tel
mhm,
Aviv. And I'm pretty sure you're going to get the best of that trip. You know,
mhm,
uh, we spoke before, and I know you're carrying a notebook everywhere.
Mhm.
We were to get a sneak peek into one of the pages you wrote prior to this trip. What would we see generally? What's your deepest thoughts over there? And are you planning on doing the notebook in Israel? Just before we talk about Dostoevsky and everything.
No, I do for sure intend or want to keep up with my notebook. Um, I see it more as a journal where I just jot down my thoughts whenever I feel like it. It's not something that I do daily, but I do try it as often as I can. Mostly because it does help me figure out my emotions and what I'm feeling in the moment, but also because I want to write stuff down so I can read it back later, especially in 10 years or 20 years. That just seems really cool to me to read back how little me was or younger self. Um, but what would you encounter? That's a good question. I think mostly my excitement and wondering what am I going to expect and who will I meet and what will be the result of the trip. But also, like I said, I use it quite often to make sense of what I'm feeling. Um, so I still have to, um, but I'm gonna do that to see, hey, how do I feel towards going there? Um, what will it bring me, and what will I gain from the experience? I think that what you will encounter.
You know, Hannah, you're 18, right?
Hmm.
And you have your whole life in front of you. And I know for a fact that you have some extreme girl in you. Uh, I want you to share the feeling that you have from multiple sport that you're doing. I have seen the ski part where you're sloping down the hill. Tell us a little bit about skiing, especially with that extreme video that I saw, and everybody should see it too. You went like in a viral video. You went almost with just bathing suits, I guess.
Yes, since I moved to Austria, that was also partly, or that contributed a lot to my decision to move there. That I could ski so often, especially now that I live in Innsbruck. Um, I can just take the bus for 20 minutes and I hit the slopes, which is
Wow,
crazy to me that
wow,
I get to live a life like that. And it is truly a city where so many students live, especially sport orientated. A lot do climbing, cycling, and skiing. Um, so that was a crazy winter. I think I got 60 ski days or something, which is
wow.
crazy to
Are you
me.
skiing from what age?
Um, from I think I was first put onto skis when I was 2 years old, so quite a while ago. But we did not go skiing every year. But I have improved a lot already this past season, just because I got to go so often. But no, yeah, that crazy video. That was after I came back from. I had a semester vacation in February where I visited home in Aruba for 3 weeks, and then when I got back, or whilst I was in Aruba, I participated in Carnival. Um, and then when I came back, I skied the slopes in my carnival costume.
Amazing, amazing.
It was on a really sunny day. So when I was standing still, it was quite all right with the sun. But when you were going down the slopes at a significantly high speed, it does the wind does make it a little cold. But after that, I drank a warm hot chocolate and everything was great again.
Feels free. It feels free. It looks like you're a pro at it, and I don't know if it's your favorite sports or if you do more and you want to share. Then I want to jump into a brilliant quote by
Mhm,
Dostoevsky that you that said it, and you mentioned that to me.
mhm.
I'm actually going to read it right now. People have
Okay.
beautiful things to say about you, but you must die first. Um,
Mhm.
you strongly disagree with it or not? Maybe you can tell us about somebody in your life right now that made sure those beautiful things while you're still here can roll their eyes on. But Maybe tell us a little bit about Dostoevsky and that book, or something that you read about it.
Yeah, so I came across that quote a while back, and yeah, honestly, I beg to differ because I think it is really important to share, um, mostly, of course, the beautiful thoughts, but also if something is bothering you, I think you should just tell people instead of letting it stand between you. But mostly, like the quote says, if you have beautiful things to say, when people have beautiful things, a lot of people have beautiful things to say about you, but you must die first. Meaning, most of the time at funerals, everybody, of course, is always like, wow, we should really cherish this person who's so beautiful, what he or she did. Um, but a lot of people forget to tell that to the person in the moment when they're proud of somebody, or even that they just look good today, or anything small could really make somebody's day. And I try to really live by that. Um, Give compliments to strangers, but mostly, of course, to the people I love. And I try to do it mostly to my friends and family, also my boyfriend, and a lot also to my grandparents, because, of course, as a kid, you are not as aware of that, but I do realize that they're getting older. So I tend to do it not as often, and I'm really trying to work on that, but reach out to them as often as I can, um, and just check in. How are you doing? And yeah, I want to share the thoughts I have on people, because I also believe in your view is like the you try to find the beauty in everything. I try to do that, because that is a mindset. I feel like because you can look at everything negatively, um, but it's not going to get beautiful unless you make your thoughts about that beautiful.
That's right. There is something to say about your generation, and I think they can learn a little bit about your from your experience on how to be a little bit more adventurous, courageous, go and explore their abilities, or learn,
Mhm.
visit. Um, Maybe a word from an 18-year-old girl to her generation, maybe something profound that you have to say, maybe some words of encouragement to people around you, friends, or the youth. What can you tell us?
There's a lot that I want to tell, but to keep it short, I think a lot of people try to reach for perfection, but perfection is sterile, just like a glass surface, and nothing can grow on a glass surface. It's the imperfections is what make us human, and part of that is failing and standing up again. And I think a lot of people are scared of failing in the first, failing at first, and if you get over that bump, um, then is what you reach. Uh, yeah,
Maturity,
discovering yourself,
experience, yes.
maturity, and just life in general. Like then you'll see how beautiful life is. And I think also a lot of people don't tend to live in the moment anymore. And I know I am. I also use my phone quite a lot, but I really try to disregard my phone from time to time and really soak up the day and life around me. And maybe I'll just be staring at some leaves and just see what life is upon those leaves. And for some people that might sound really weird, but there's a lot to discover
That's
everywhere you
right.
look.
That's right.
Uh, so I do think one of the advice is like open your eyes and don't be afraid to grow.
Right. Lift your heads out of the screens. Go enjoy the world. Go experience, explore it, learn, discover yourself. I think there's a lot of self discovery that comes from those challenging moments.
For
You have
sure.
to fail.
Yes.
You have to fail in life in order to succeed. You have to go through those tough moments in
Mhm,
order to appreciate the
mhm,
greatest moments in your life, right?
mhm.
I wanted to tell you that first of all, we are very proud of you, and we wanted to
Thank
make
you.
sure that we have some content about your visits to Israel and get some of
Mhm,
that uh, footage. Send us anything you've got. We want to follow
I
you
will.
through through this path in Israel and through your path. We want to follow and kind of showcase your adventure and your work and everything over there. And just before we wrap up, we love your family. We enjoy your
Thank you.
company every time you're in Aruba. We miss you, and we want to wish you to be well over there, be safe, use your head,
Thank you so much.
don't fall for the
I will.
traps of Israel, learn some Hebrew, and give
I'll be
us
sure to do
your.
that. Maybe near the end we can exchange a couple of words.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, any final words that you want to send us on our way just before? When is your trip, by the way?
I depart on the 28th and will arrive the 29th.
Okay, yeah,
Yes.
right on time. August is a good month to be in Israel. Very good.
Okay. Good to hear.
Exactly. Share some final thoughts with us.
I'm not quite sure what else I have to add at the moment, but just to express, first of all, my gratitude that you invited me on this podcast. I'm really excited to be a part of it, and I look forward to our next sessions. But also my excitement to go to Israel, and yeah, just I'm very excited to open a new chapter and see what it does to me and how I develop as a person afterwards, or like in the process, and when I can look back afterwards to see what I've learned and how I've grown. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yes, just before we say goodbye, I wanted to jump with you for a second into the future. Where do you see yourself in
Mhm.
5 years or 10 years? Is that a question that we can ask, or is it too young? And what do you see changes in that trade or medical field with AI, with robotics? Do
Mhm.
you feel like we're transitioning into a better time or worse time?
That's a really difficult question.
Of course, we like to pose difficult
Yes.
questions.
No, very, very good. First of all, myself in 5 to 10 years. In 5 years, I'm not quite sure. I do see myself somewhere in the medical field, probably still studying, but also having learned a couple more languages, I hope. And I hope to have finished my political science degree as well. Um, in 10 years, I hope to be starting a family. Um, but at the same time, I do feel like since tend to say yes very often before thinking about it, um, a lot of opportunities will come my way, and I will be sure to grab as many as I can, and that takes you in different directions than you expect. So w- I cannot very much say so like how I'll be in 5 years and how I'll be in 10 years. Of course, it's good to have a sort of bigger image in your head, but I also think it's good to not have an exact picture because that's also how you learn from experience and stay excited for the future because I and a lot of other people I know always want to learn more, and that's how you also figure out. And then referring to the medical field, how it'll be in 5 to 10 years, I do think obviously that a lot more AI and robotics will be involved, and I'm not sure how soon, but I do believe some or a lot of fields will disappear and a lot of less surgeons and doctors are needed. But I also do believe it will take quite some time before that actually actively happens, that everything becomes fully AI or robotic dependent. Um, but I do think it is very important to keep the human aspect, since we just have a lot of different traits that I feel like at least robotics don't have yet. Um, and even if they would acquire those one day, I would not want the humans to disappear. Um, such as, for example, empathy. Um, I think that's a very important trait that humans have, um, and it's very important in the medical field as well. Um, so
We're
we'll see.
excited.
But I do believe a lot of fields will still,
We're
obviously, they'll change, but humans will stay there because it's just not ready to be taken over yet.
I agree, and we're excited about your path in life and the road ahead. Maybe that's first podcast
Mhm.
out of many. Maybe you should be a spokesperson for Israeli Mada across the world. Learn everything you can, enjoy the time, help people
Thank
as
you.
you
Thank
plan,
you.
and send our regards to Israel. We love them all, and hopefully
Mhm.
everything is going to be safe. Honey, we want to say
Will do.
thank you very
Thank
much
you
for
for your good
joining us.
wishes.
We wish
Mhm.
you well, and let's get some cool images later on so we can get everything
For
done.
sure. I'll be sure to send some. Mhm.
Thank you very much for joining us,
Thank you.
honey, and good luck. Bye bye.